Good afternoon to all of you. I, Dr. Bindu Menon, Associate Professor Cyber, Kolhapur, welcome you to the next session on Website Planning and Development by Mr. Amol Tolbande. It's my honor and pleasure to introduce our today's resource person, Mr. Amol Tolbande. He is an alumni of Cyber. He has started his career in sales after spending more than 7 years in sales with some prominent MNCs. The seal of to do something in marketing, he pushed into the field of marketing. In 2014, he has started his own company named as Edigree Brands, which take care of digital marketing, especially inbound of marketing the SEO, content marketing, and funnel setup. We can describe him as creative, engaging, visionary, and actionable entrepreneur in the area of digital marketing. Now, he is concentrating to help small business and startup with the free website for to start their own online journey. A successful website does three things. It attracts the right kind of visitors, guide them to the main services or product you offer, collect contact details for future ongoing relation. His session will provide valuable feedback to enhance your knowledge related to website development. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Amol Tolbande to take charge of this session. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. It's been privilege to me. First of all, I would like to thank you everyone to give me a opportunity to share my knowledge. I'm not here an expert, but yeah, I have spent a few years in this field, which is my interesting field, and I would like to take you a few sessions. Last couple of today's one session, and tomorrow will be three sessions, one-to-one, and I will share insights of whatever I have learned, experienced, and implemented in my field of digital marketing, particularly if we talk about the websites. So. It will be, I do understand it's a post lunch session. We will be having a more interactive session, not will be only a presentation. To share every information, whatever I have with you, I will definitely share the presentations once I finish the presentation to coordinator ma'am, and they will circulate to everyone. So don't need to take any inputs or any notes of this presentation. Just be attentive and listen. And there is one simple humble request: please switch off your video segment and be muted to all of your microphones. So whenever you have in doubts, just pin in the message section so that everyone can understand and everyone can get benefited to your query. They might be having the same query as well. So whatever the questions you have, just note it down. We will have one-to-one or Q&A session at the end of these presentations. So without spending any time, I would like to start my presentation. Okay, I'm starting sharing my screen. Just let me know, are you guys visible to my screen? Okay. Yes. May I know the screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, cool, great. So yeah, just to understand a bit further about yourself, I would like to know what kind of faculties you professor are into field of. Just let me know whether you are from marketing or engineering or any apart from that, just because it will give me understanding about what level I have to go up to. Oh, great. Engineering, marketing, great. IT and HR, marketing, cool. Management. So this activity helps you to keep engaged before, because everyone must have had full lunch. So it won't be a full lengthy, or it won't be a boring session. So I'll try to keep you updated and make you type each and every time. Okay, marketing, engineering, HR. So do type as much as you can, everyone, because let's make it participative kind of session. Engineering, marketing and finance. Great. Okay. Engineering, marketing, engineering. Okay, cool. Uh, got it. So, okay, great. I got the gist of the audience whom I am going to lecture, or who I'm going to basically presenting my audience is all about. Okay, fair enough, guys. I got the point. Okay, so a respectable marketing professors. This is nothing but basically a marketing mix kind of seminar, or basically whatever I'm sharing is implementation of marketing fundamentals, but along with the digital tools as well. Okay, so for you it might be some boring lectures, or you might feel this will be as uh, a basic stuff you which you have been studying, or giving the lectures of so many years to the students as well. So I'll try to understand and make it positive, as well as the understandable in terms of engineering faculty as well, so they should get also understanding of the basic concepts of all these things which I'm going to deliver it. Okay, so before starting let's say a seminar, or basically this session, I just wanted to understand how many of you have guys understand or know about the a development, or basically a website, what the website is all about in from your perspective. Can we have a comment section in chat box? What do you understand the website? Website is online marketing tool. Okay, Pooja ma'am. Face of a company, Vinod sir. Okay, great. Prathamesh sir. Showcasing a product and company, website display inflow, a digital presence, a blog. Yeah, cool. Online contact point. Okay. Website is a online presentation of company, a collection of company, face of organization, packaging of company, window of marketing. Okay. Okay. Digital. Okay, Umama. It's a tool containing. Okay. Okay. Great. I think you everybody has something to understand, or something to know about what exactly this website is all about, showcasing your product. Okay, but before okay, fair enough, respective faculties. So before if the COVID pandemic could have been happened in the past, do you think the era of this basically a push what exactly this current scenario is, what we are into digital wave, which we called it as, will it be possible, or will it be that much fast what as it is happening right now? Do you think so? Just let me know in the comment box. No, it won't be fast enough. Yeah, okay. Not in the same space. Okay, pre-COVID. Okay, great. So yeah, exactly. So do you think this COVID pandemic has pushed ourselves, or a complete ecosystem of this business dynamics, or business model, whatever we are running in the pre-COVID era? But yes, in the post-COVID era, everyone has to understand and need to reshuffle their business model. Yes, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, got it. Yeah, fair enough. So now, yeah, we have started doing what we could have done 5 years later. Exactly. If COVID wouldn't have been happen, even we wouldn't have been here. What now? What today? What we have learning from in the this past phase. Yeah, great. So my next question is, as everyone must have shared their knowledge, this website is product. It's all about sharing their product, sharing their information, valuable information, as well as along with the showcase of this product. But do we really need to have a website to Yes, absolutely. There is a difference between pre and present scenario. Yes, yes, yes. So Akash sir feels we need a website. Pooja ma'am also feel, yeah. Shashikant sir also feel the same. Okay. Vinita ma'am also feel the same. Dr. Kiran also feel the same. Yes, for the exposure. Okay. And okay. But to contrast or to counter, yeah, got it. Fair enough, sir, ma'am. To contrast this statement of mine, yeah, got it, Hardik sir. Yeah. To contract the this statement of mine, I would like to give an example of industry peer of mine. Have you heard of a mobile app named Dukan? Yeah. Anyone have heard the name Dukan? Dukan? No. Dukan? No, no. Yeah. Okay. I think one of them have heard it. Okay. Yeah. Great. That's the same. Suk ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. The same one, Uma ma'am. Yeah, exactly. So anyone who have typed no after this session, yeah, exactly. Made in India app. After this session, just do download this app, and you will feel to start the business. You don't need a website. Yeah, these guys have tremendously. Yeah, exactly. I'll just share the business model so that you will understand what technology has even changed the way the whole business have the business model also has been changed. What they have done, they have make the API based app from the websites. You don't need a website. You just need to install that basically Dukan app. You be any type of vendor. You be a grocery seller. You may be a fruit seller. You may be a small kirana stores person who's selling the groceries as well as the food groceries to the daily needs. But after this COVID pandemic, you feel the people are not visiting to your store. So what you have to do, you have to just download the app, add your product, and with the help of WhatsApp, you can book this product. People can buy that product, and you can deliver that product onto the customer's address. It's as simple as that. With the just help of the WhatsApp, they have built the API, and your store is good to go, and people are paying for it. Just immensely tell you the information. This app has been viral in last just 2 months. They have downloaded more than 500K, approximately 5 million downloads. They have got it. So yeah, if someone feel or someone say pre-COVID era to start a business, you need a website, but after COVID, I think you may or you may not need a website. Okay, to answer your question, I don't think they have just really shifted the whole business era, and they have taken the all small scale business owners to the next level without having Dukan. Dukan, Mandip ji, it's the name of Dukan. Dukan. Yeah, it will be really helpful to understand this business model, because as from the marketing perspective, as a faculty, you can share the case study to your respective colleges as well as the students, and ask them to take the more understanding of the business model. They're the founder member of Sumit Shah and Subhash Chaudhary. These are the few industry digital experts. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I was just wanted to have questions. Yeah, repeat the name. Dukan. I'll write it down here only. Got it?
So, are you right now presenting something with the help of a PowerPoint?
Yeah, I will definitely try to take this to PowerPoint, but currently I just wanted to clear. Yeah.
As of now, because as of now we are just seeing you present. Okay.
Yes. I'm not presenting anything. No, I'm not sharing any screen. I'm not sharing a screen. I'm just taking you or understanding the more about the concept. The moment I start sharing the screen, I'll definitely ping you or make you understand that, yeah, I've started
Sir, on
sharing
the screen. It is reflecting that you're presenting everyone.
Yeah, I'm presenting everyone. Yeah. but I have not started my presentation, so don't
Okay,
worry.
okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So are you guys with me up to this mark?
Sir.
No, yeah. Are you guys up to this mark? So anyone, if you ask or if you say not PPT, yes, I'm not sharing any PPT. Yes. So if anyone asks you or if you anyone say ki, I need a website to start the business in your industry or in your fraternity or in your family friends or member, just do help them out to download this app and make them start their business, be it a small vendor, maybe your subsidy vendor, or maybe your kirana stores, maybe your grocery store, or your milk or dairy product stores. You can help them to start selling their products with the online. So this is the current scenario. This is the exactly. Yeah, yeah, Hardik sir, please let me know.
So the application that you said, Dukan, right
Yeah.
now, if for the customers want to buy something, they'll also have to install the app. Obviously, I mean,
No,
yes.
no. They don't have to install the app. You can mute the mic. I will respond to your answer because there won't be any. Yeah. So customer don't need to install the app. Whatever the vendor is having the app, they just need to share their URL of the basically Dukan. So URL will be www.dukan.com/ their store name. Maybe let's say a Ganesh Kirana store. So URL will be ganesh.com/ Ganesh Kirana store. So your Ganesh Kirana store owner will share the URL, and they have enlisted their all the products, and you just need to buy with the help of WhatsApp. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing website, nothing everything. Okay. I hope I have answered your question, Hardik sir. Okay, great. So, are you guys up to this point? Are you with me? Shall we move ahead? Yeah. What I will suggest, please have everything written down in your questions. I'll definitely answer each and every questions. As being a marketer, I will definitely give my own voice as well as the future trends, what you need to understand and how you need to cope up with this current scenario. Definitely, I'll answer each and every question. Just keep it down or jot it down your points or questions so that I will try to paste this presentation. I'll keep it to, yeah, exactly. It's the same one, Made in India app. And the second one, yeah, the second example which I wanted to give you, the Chingari app. Have you heard of the Chingari app? No, no, okay, yes, okay, yes, okay. So it's a mixed kind of thing. Okay, just to give you, okay, fair enough, sirs. I got your point. So just to give you a basic idea of what Chingari app, it's a substitute of your TikTok, but it's a Indian made app. It's a made in India app which recently got a funding from the Mahindra Group as well and the few angel investors. It's a basically app which a real substitute of your Chingari. Within a span of 3 months, they have crossed more than 10 million downloads. So the reason behind why I'm sharing this all the case studies, whether it is related to, it's a, I'll definitely come to Shopify, ma'am. Definitely, I'll definitely let you know. So the reason behind what the current scenario, what I'm trying to share the knowledge or what I'm trying to sharing with you, all these current case studies, because post COVID, if certain geopolitical or something due to pandemic situation couldn't have been happened in our country or in a whole world, these startups wouldn't have been come into the larger level. Yeah, definitely. I'll write it down. His name is Chingari. You just type in Google Play Store Chingari, you will come to know because it's more downloaded platform based with the TikTok. Due to as government has banned the all Chinese app, so this is the substitute of Chingari. Okay, so same function, same things, yeah, same features has been given into the Chingari based app, and but it's a local made app. It's made by the digital marketer named as Sumit Ghosh. He's been into industry more than 10 years, so he really understands what exactly customer needs. Okay, so I hope if you guys are fresh enough and be more attentive after the lunch session. So this was let me check. It's a Chingari, CHINGARI. Yeah. Thank you, Hardik sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this was just to freshen up. Yeah, exactly, sir. So these are the two really Indian apps that you must have. As being a marketing faculty, you can have a case study or you can have a deep research on that. So you will come to know what exactly their business model, how they earn their revenue, what exactly these things these startups have gave in the post-COVID session, or particularly in the COVID days. So without wasting the times, let's come back to our basic topic, the understanding of the website development as well as the planning of a website. So the reason what I have shared these case studies, or basically the this app names, these have come over the basic mentality that yes, for any reason we need a business for website, but to make a mark of your idea, you don't need a website as well. If you have a really good technology, yes, with the help of WhatsApp also you can make a use of the business. Okay, so right now I will be sharing my screen for the presentation. So are you guys currently able to see my presentation?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
It
Okay.
is visible. It is visible.
Okay. Great. Cool. So as we the today's topic is the website planning and development, but the first question itself, as I've said to you, that even if I conducted this session before pre-pandemic, my answer will be you need a website. Yes, you need a website for the to start your business. But after pandemic or after seeing this such kind of website technological shift, my answer will be no. You don't need a website to start your business. So whoever needs to start a business, they can start the business without website also. But yes, just having a website has its own benefits to your businesses. So my overall presentation will be on from the point of view of a businesses, maybe a small scale business owner, startups, or a medium level business agencies, or particularly business houses. So it will be a point of view of from their perspective why they should have a website, what are the things they should plan, and how they should plan. So just to understand, it just basically to build a house, how we build a house before taking any house out, or before building a house, what are the plannings we are making to that pre-planning session of this making a house. So this is what I'm basically sharing with you. So hope you guys are with the presentation. Are you guys with this presentation? Can I have a comment? Yes. Okay. Yes, great. Okay, great. So let's understand the purpose of website. Okay, and who needs the website? Okay, so as I have told you, everyone, the purpose of website might be to everyone. It just like a to answer, if whoever wants to start the business or whoever needs a customer, he needs the website. So the different section of web society, be it a small and medium organization who want to sell their products, or who want to start their basically profit based services, or basically a kirana store as well, because earlier in the pre COVID pandemic, a kirana store, you,
Amol
yes
sir,
sir, yes sir.
play the presentation. You are just rolling through that presentation. Press F5 key, sir.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Press either F5 or present.
Yes sir, yes
Yeah,
sir, I've done
perfect,
it. Yeah.
perfect. Not a screen.
No sir,
Different.
just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Is it visible sir?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, okay. So, okay. So, if it would have been a previous COVID pandemic, have you ever imagined that Kirana store guys have needed a website to sell their business? Because as we everyone knows, we were locked down for more than 90 days. We all were in our house. Things were shut down. Nobody is moving. But yeah, to sustain our basic daily needs, to have a basic grocery need, to have a vegetables, to have your milks, or any basic daily needs who a mankind need to survive or to sustain their livelihood. We need all these things, whether it will be a grocery, whether it will be vegetable or your daily or anything. Because apart from these things, every businesses was shut down, but the businesses who were capable or shift their perspective from offline to online, or whoever have started their operations from online in this COVID pandemic as well, they have started their businesses, they were in touch with their customers, they were able to succeed, or they were able to survive in this crucial phase of this lockdown period. So so back to our questions, whether these guides need a website. Yes, I believe these websites or these people or these businesses definitely need a website, whether they may be a kirana store guys or vegetable stores or daily need stores or hotel, or maybe a single a student mess as well, because to collecting a payment from a student, it's a really painful job. If you speak with a lady or a person who manage their mess, it's very difficult to make their accounting work proper, or to market their that particular mess in that particular region. So if they have a really a digital presence, they can do the both things. They can have the presence as well as they can market their services as well. Or if let's talk about the institution. Now you must have seen the old or the previous websites or previous institutes which used to be run in the before, just take a, if we go about in the, let's say about 2000 pre 2010 or pre 2019 eras, no institutional were present at the online itself, because to have a institutional based websites, after the certain norms, they have started to sharing their knowledge with the online medium. Because let's say example, you being a faculty, as you are a research person, each and every now and then in current today's world, what we need, we every time we need a research, or every time we need a curated content, or basically a new content. For the getting the content, you need some institutional backup based case studies, or basically surveys. Where did you get this? You get this from the premium institutes or premium not profit organizations. So if they are available online, you can really ask them to share their case studies, or they definitely do share the case study. So uh, meanwhile, how many guys are you been following the HBR, Harvard Business Reviews, or HBR as a website, or HBR as a your research base? Yes, Kiran sir. Okay, anyone? No, heard first time. So respected professor, please do check the HBR, Harvard Business Review. These are the premium research based sites. They successfully shared their knowledge with respect to all areas of subjects, wide variety of subjects. Yeah, ma'am. Have just come up to chart session. HBR, ma'am. It's H for hotel, B for business. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Pankaj sir. Yeah, exactly. Journals in library. Yes. Okay. I'll try to increase. Is it okay? Okay, so if, yeah, exactly. So Harvard Business Journal as well. Yeah, exactly. No, I've come up to out of the PPT just to have a chat with you. So it will take on and off. I'll definitely take you to the PPT as well. Don't worry. Okay. So HBR is nothing but a premium content which done by the fellow researchers. They pay to the research team or the research guys who really want to dedicate themselves to spend their times in a particular area, be it anything, be it marketing. It's just like doing a PhD. In PhD, you have a research paper to show up to the particular university or to submit the fellowship, and you get the fellowship. But here in HBR, people voluntarily get themselves in the research field, and they keep doing the research unless and until they find something constructive. Okay. Yes, their content is premium. You have to pay their subscribership for the, it must be $5 something per month. It's a recurring, but yes, it's a premium content, and I would say it's a worth sharing the, or worth subscribing that content. You can definitely have that basically subscribership. Okay, so this is the best example of having an institution which is sharing their knowledge with the research-based approach. That is the HBR, Harvard Business Review, or Harvard Business Journal as well. The next one is the website, web designer, web developer, and design and development firms. Okay, so if we look at the other side of the coin, the who are these people to provide you the websites, or who are these people to help you out to get the website done? So these are the people like web designer, web developer, designing and developments. So how will you justify, or how will you visit, or how will you come to know that these people are exist? As we know, we must have heard of them with a reference of your friends and family, or the your review of someone else who have just taken up their work, or their website ads, or maybe Google ad, or maybe a social media ads. You must have seen the many of those in this COVID pandemic. Many of the companies have started using this time to upgrade their websites. So these are the people also need a good representation website to show the cases, or to show the case studies to the particular world, that yes, we definitely do exist, and we do this kind of the services and help you out to target, or to reach out to your target audience with the medium of a website. Okay, so are you guys okay? Are you guys up to this? Are you guys understood everything whatever I'm trying to convey? Yes. Okay, Prachi ma'am. Okay, Swati ma'am. Got it. Okay, okay. I just try to, yeah, okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot. So my whole concept, or my whole perspective will be to understand the basic concepts of the this content, because this content is available easily on the internet. But just, sir, I will try to understand or try to answer this question at the end of session, because everyone is also get answered by these questions. So let me take through whole complete PPT, and you might get even answer in meanwhile the PPT as well. If I don't answer or your questions, you can ask to at the end of question answer session. Will it be okay, sir? Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Yeah. So up to this, we have seen the what is the purpose of website. So now, if you really understand the purpose of a website is to drive the sale, why a successful site engage, inform, educate visitors, and convert visitors and their leads to the customer. Okay, if it's a basically nothing but it's a Wikipedia answer of the questions which we ask them for. A purpose of a website. What is a purpose of a website is nothing but to drive the sale, because whatever the business we are trying to do, it can't be sustained without the sale. So to drive the sale, and when the sale will occur, when the people will engage, people will see the informative based the content, or they feel, yes, they feel the educated, they might get the answers of their all questions, all information which they're trying to look for. So once they get answer, they will get convinced, and once they will convinced, they will connect to that particular product and they buy that product. So this is the basic journey of that particular website or the information. Okay, so the next, okay, so up to this point we understood, yeah, we need a website, or every business is needed a website. But yes, why we should plan for a website? If up to this we have decided, yes, we need a website, but is there anything such as the planning of website? Because, or do we need to really plan the website? What do you think? What do you think? As do we really need to plan a website? Can I have some comment sections in my chat box? Yes. Do you think plan a website? Yes, we need. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. User, it needs to be planned. Okay. Those who have answered the question, yes, they need to plan. My second question is, what do you need? What do you, as a layman, what will you plan for your website? Let's say, example, you are building your own website. The current faculty's member, as being a task has been assigned to you from your college or your university, that you have to create your own website. As a professor, you have to create your own website. So what will you plan? Logo, navigation, okay, good. Caption, content, okay. WordPress, about us, products with all detailed course, content, number of pages, layout, content, service offering, okay, okay, user friendly, slogan, content, reviews, content. Okay, fair enough, sir. Fair enough. I got your point. Yes. So exactly, feedback, reviews, content, got it. So if we come back to this presentation again, yes, we really need to plan a website, because if when we are building a website, we are paying some money or paying some exchange of paying some amount to that particular person, or even if you yourself are doing that website, you are investing some amount of money which is intangible, which is irreparable. If you lost that time or your money, it won't be get it back. So to do it cautiously, we really need to plan the website. Okay, so due to operational demand and the sufficient time is not allocated to project, we might up ending doing the website or the get the service or the particular product which we really not wanted to get the way it should get it present. Okay, sometime it happens. Do you feel can I have your responses? Do you feel if you really started any project or any research paper, and when you started the research paper and the end of the research paper, the conclusion was not adds up to your expectations? Yes, it is. Yes, sir. Srinivas, sir, really it is. So do you feel the expectations or the outcome is not as per as per your expectations many times? Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is might be the reason, as because we have not really understood what we really want. Okay. To answer your simple questions, if we really want to plan a website, we need to understand what exactly we really wanted to have in our website. So a few next slides or this presentation will be a whole gist of this, what exactly as a website should have. Okay, this features might be different as per the business needs, or as per the demands of that particular businesses. It may vary business to businesses. But yes, the concept or the feature or that particular approach should be the same, or if you follow that approach, you will definitely save your time and money, and you will definitely get what you really decide for. Okay. Okay, great. So my next question is, let's say understand, if we really wanted to build an house, or if you really want to do an interior designer of your existing house, how will you plan? Can I have a chat? Can I have a chat section?
நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா ஆரம்பத்திலே கேட்கல இந்த விஷயத்தை வந்து நீ கேட்கல நீ முதல்ல என்ன கேட்ட அது அத விடு
can someone mute the Bhaskaran sir?
என்னடா தம்பி இது விக்க போறியா இந்த மாதிரி நடந்து இன்சிடென்ட் பண்ணுங்க இது என்ன இன்சிடென்ட் ஏன் முன்னாடி வந்துச்சு ஏன் முன்னாடி இன்சிடென்ட் எதுமே நடக்கல எனக்கு தெரியாது உங்களுக்கு தெரியாத பத்தி நீ பேசவே கூடாது அதான் நீ சொல்லிட்டு உட்கார்ந்திருக்க உனக்கு தெரியாத பத்தி தவறா
Hello.
முன்னாடி அவன் நடத்தவும் முடியாது ஏன் முன்னாடி
Palaniswamy, please switch off your mic.
செஞ்சிட்டாங்கல்ல முன்னாடி செஞ்சாங்க பின்னாடி செஞ்சாங்க
Hello.
Ma'am, you can do it by from yourself. You can mute them. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, got it. So my humble request to all of you, please unmute. Yeah, mute yourself. Yeah, got it. So I'll repeat that questions. If as being a, yeah, exactly. If being a person of your own house, if you really wanted to purchase any house of, let's say example, you wanted to decorate your house, okay, how will you plan to decorate your house? What are the things you will plan to decorate your house before hiring a designer or interior designer of to your house? Can I have some your answers in the comment box, especially a ladies section, because this section they might have gone through the this kind of situation early in their life. How will you plan those events, ma'am? Can I? Okay, some images, color, shades. Okay, budget, yes, of course. Okay, anything else? Best fit solutions, comfort, or even whoever have done this activity, they will understand what exactly it's a painful job to really decorate your house or really to start the interior designer things. How much staff is required to put in? Okay, convenience, yes ma'am, yes Mega ma'am. Shelf space, yes Swati ma'am. Comfort and safety first, yes, exactly Sharma. Okay, okay. Inform and informal information searches. Infrastructure, yes. Got it. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So, yes, as per the requirement, the reason behind I'm asking this question is if we can relate this example to your website. If when we basically try to decorate your house, what we do, we basically take the help of the interior designer, who is the basically a expert person from that particular field who do the things for your home. Then likewise, we definitely ask him the questions: what are the colors, shades you have, what are the decorating materials you will be using, what type of decorating material you will be using, what quality of material you will be using, what kind of material, what kind of maybe a particular shape and sizes, kind of what kind of different types of decoration, wall arts, or maybe another pictures or any another decorating material we will be having in a list of things. So there will be number of questions we are sharing or we are asking them to share the information with us, so that you will not end up, as we discussed earlier, what we wanted to achieve and but not get the what exactly we were wanted to achieve. So these are the questions really help you as being a that person or the customer of that particular service able to understand what exactly going to be in your that particular service or particular product, as well as the a person who is actually doing the task. Maybe he is a designer or maybe he's a web designer. So same things happen with the website as well. Okay, so likewise, as we said, as we share as well, or as we discuss here as well, the designer also ask you the same type of questions. Exactly, what are the things you guys are looking for? What is your budget? What is exactly the content form you are looking for? What exactly things of the product or the service you're trying to sell? Okay, what is your ideal customer? Who is your basically a competitor? Do you have any good to look for a website whom we can refer for a work, or whom we can copy that particular work, or whom we can see as a example product? So these are the different types of websites, or these are different types of questions they might ask you, or they should ask you, I would say, because these questions definitely help them to understand you as a business fraternity, to understand what exactly you want, how you want, and in what prospect you want, and particularly, and not last but not the least, in what budget you want. Because if say you want a Mercedes but you have a budget of a Maruti, that won't be a really calculative, or I would say a practical choice to go for it. Because if say you want to have a good animated based website, you have to have budget for that. But if you have a budget for up to, let's say, 20,000, you will also get whatever you desire for in that particular budget. Okay, so are you guys up to with this? Are you up to with me? Can I have a comments in the chat box? Yeah. Okay, Sangeeta ma'am. So up to this, we okay, great to know. Yeah, you are with me. Okay, great. Okay, Ankit sir, thank you Pooja ma'am. So up to this, we understood the importance of the website, why it has been needed, and let's more dig up to the planning of the website. Okay, so as we understood, there is a need of the planning itself. Okay, but most of the things, or most of the times, you must have heard of this term, that is the RFP, request for a proposal. The businesses who are basically going for a product, they approaches the different agency or particular different web designer or developer and ask them to share their RFP, a request for a proposal, or a proposal against their request. So in that request, basically what kind of questions they may ask, I will take you through from a agency point of view, or particularly point of view of a web designer or developer, or the company who basically made their website to visible. Okay, so because the reason behind the understanding of this website, or making the website, as being a businessman or being a business owner, you know your product well. You've been doing this business, let's say last 10 years, 5 years, or whatever may be the legacy you are carrying. But a company or a developer or a person, it may not be easy to. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, sir, your voice is cracking, please.
So is it audible now?
Sir, little bit more voice. Yeah, I feel adjustment at your mic set.
Okay. Is it okay, sir?
Not clear, sir. Still.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to take it as close as up to the voice level so that you can hear it properly. Okay. So as we discuss the designer point of view, because the person who is developing your website, he or she may not be in your shoes, or being a businessman may not be understand as good as your product, as good as your services, because to do the justice of your website, or to do the justice of your service or the product whom they wanted to design, they need to understand basically your product first. Okay, so to understand your product, they have to have some clarity about your businesses. Okay, so because these, if they are really not to understand your, they will really unable to understand your product, you might be getting the few delays of getting your product or services on time. You may be frustrating about the end product, what you were achieved, or you were trying to get that product in your desired shape or in desired look which you wanted to get it. And as well as it's basically increasing your time as well as the lead time, which we call always delaying into delay the project, or to get the end result of that particular project. So it's very necessary to understand your product as well as the services, what you are exactly into it and what you wanted to achieve. Okay, so as I have asked you the same question, what exactly we will have in a website, as to understand what should goes in that website. Okay, so to answer your question, just to understand, or just to define in particular about your website, these are the some points I have jotted down. We can understand. The first and foremost thing is your mission statement, because it's really important to understand who you are and what you do, because this can be your style statement as well. The mission statement should go with along with the branding of your website, along with the color of your logo, as well as the some motto, or exactly if anything motto or any perceived value, like things you perceive, let's say for more than 10 years, let's say Nestle is saying good for good life. Okay, the good for good life is the mission statement, and if it is not reflecting your website, it's really embarrassing as a brand. So to understand the mission statement is also necessary as a company or as the person who's making your product. So the next thing is, how would you like to be perceived through your website? The next question is basically how the customers wanted to perceive you as a brand. Okay, when they see or when they visit your website, whether they see you as a delay. So my next question is, I want to ask, everyone must have used the Swiggy or Zomato. Yes. Okay, so okay, my next question is, what do you perceive Zomato or Swiggy as a company? What do you perceive as a Zomato or Swiggy as a company? Mediator, food delivery company, food aggregator? Do you feel any difference between Zomato and Swiggy? Service mediator, yes. Timely delivery, food delivery aggregator, food delivery, no. Okay, okay, service is better. Okay, quality of service is different, there is no difference. Convenience providers, food and time delivery, intermittent. Okay, got the fair enough idea, got it. Okay, so to tell you a bit about the Zomato earlier was the food review app or food review website only. Okay, so whatever the in-dine experience with the any particular your dining, yeah, I'm not talking in terms of feature, I'm talking in terms of a general as a product or as a brand, what they perceive, the perceived value of particular product. To non-marketing fraternity, the perceive is what you really understand as a first impression. So to tell you a background, or basically to understand a bit of in past background, Zomato earlier was the food review company, and they eventually turned up into a food aggregator product. So from the food review to food aggregator, but their core value remains the same. Their review or their reviewing system is the which they insist more while taking the orders. You must have faced the more of the many times that they ask you about the review after delivering their basically a service or particular product or particular dish. So this is the basic difference, how you convince you as a brand when you are basically creating a website. So that's the basic aim of to understand the perceived value. Okay, okay, great. So the next is the what exactly a visitor wanted to achieve, or what exactly visitor wanted to convince when they visit your website. Any simple call to action. If any one of you call to action is not aware, I'll tell you what exactly call to action. Call to action is nothing but a simple action which you wanted to drive from your visitors when they visit your website or your blog or your landing page. Okay, this is called as a call to action. Okay, so call to action is basically a action which you wanted to persist from your visitor. So the same thing, what is the basically single most visitors from your websites wanted to achieve. Okay, and what is the single most important thing that you wanted to convey on your site from the perspective of your company or an organization. So as a company who is building this website or building your app, they need to understand what is the core value that you wanted to achieve. Let's say every businesses have their differences or a different call to action or a different goal, business goal. If it is the Swiggy app, they really wanted to have an order to place an order. If this website is basically a review website, they wanted to have only review, not have an order. If the website is basically informational, like any professor who sharing their knowledge, they simply wanted to have a subscribe to their newsletter. So the different website, different objects they are perceiving, as well as the different things they really wanted to get along with their audience. but the single most action what they wanted to achieve. That is the core fundamental things that your businesses or the developer company or development guy should understand. Then the next one is describe your target audience. Okay, I will describe more about this target audience in the next slide, because I have a detailed case study, detailed basically info about this audience. Those who are from marketing background, they will really able to understand what is the target audience. But don't worry about the non-marketing professors. I have a basic understanding of this audience, customer, what we call the buyer persona. I have a detailed information in my upcoming slides. At the end of the session, you will also be able to understand more as far as equal to your marketing professors. So don't worry about it. So next is the few of the elements as well that we have to look after before planning the website. We need to understand who is your competitor as well, because what happens when we see the competition, what level they are being, what kind of technology they are using, what kind of product or services they are promoting, we should have to look after this competition, or at least 3 competitor to look after and to understand and do their basically a why analysis, or basically SWOT analysis. May I know, apart from marketing faculty, engineering faculty, how many of you know the SWOT analysis? This is SWOT. Please comment in chat box. Have you heard of the SWOT analysis? I'm asking to non. Yes. SWOT. Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is for non-marketing faculty. Yeah. Okay. Great. So you understand the SWOT, what exactly SWOT means. So to understand basically SWOT analysis, or you have to do the basically SWOT analysis of your computer to do the what are their basically strength, what are their weaknesses, what are their opportunities, what are their threats. If you come afterwards exactly their all these parameters, and you will understand what need to be put you as an agency or you as a product to negotiate or to compensate or to go one step ahead of your competition. Okay, because the person who will be coming to your website, he or she might compare your product to your competitor, and if you find the same offering what your competition is offering, you will lose that customer. Okay, so you should have to have the competition analysis, do at least for the three people. Okay, so the next question is, why should client choose your product or services over the competition? This question should be answered to you when you are planning a website. Hello. So why should we as a client, or why should the customer should choose you or your service as a competition product when they are having the same offering with the other products as well? Okay, so that is the question you should answer, or that is the question which you should emphasis on the most, because that is the core value of your product or the services. And the next one is, how will you judge if this is a successful product? How will you judge? Because whether you wanted to achieve a sale of, let's say, $1,000, or let's say sale of 1 lakh rupees within 3 months of the launching a website, a sale of or download of a, let's say, 10,000 mobile app downloads, or having a subscription of 1,000 visitors or 1,000 subscribers to your newsletter, how will you justify the success of your product? Okay, and the next one is the list 3 or more website which you like, because these things will help you to understand as a development company to what exactly you are trying to achieve, or what exactly as a product or service or a website you wanted to have. Okay, so you may not be aware, or you may not be having that skill set to convey your message the way they could understand, but yes, you can really replicate, or you really refer few of the sites which you really like it. Okay, then this is the most important things. Also share the sites which you don't like, because that's the way the company or the freelancer or the developer understand what exactly you don't like. If he wanted to do some experiment with your site, but he should have the clarity about what exactly he can't do it. Okay, and the next and the last one is the visual representation of your businesses. This visual representation of businesses could be anything. It could be your video, it could be your photo, or it could be your images or the product images or anything. Okay, so these could be the things you should have in your mind, or you should plan it before making it happen, or to plan before making a website. Okay, then the next one is after you make a website, or after you decided to do a website, these are the people, or these are the respective persons whom you encounter with while developing a website. Because why I have explained or why I have mentioned these people, these people come up with their own set of backgrounds. Let's say example, developer is very familiar with the coding. Content writer is more about the contextual part. He's more creative person. He really understands what you exactly wanted to convey, and he will really help you to convey with the help of content. It might be a text-based content or video-based content. And this person is HTML or a developer or a testing guy. He will help you to avoid your website to crash when you launch your website. And the designer, the person, he replicate your ideas into the designing. So these are the 3 to 4 persons, or the 3 to 4 touch points whom you encounter when you designing a website with the agency or a developer. So these are the people you should understand what exactly they also think of it. Because the more you understand about them, the more you convey your ideas or the services or the product into your website, and they will come to know what exactly you wanted. Okay, so are you guys with me up to this presentation, up to these slides? Have you gone? Okay, do you find it boring? Because it's a more about contextual things, and I'm trying to explain it in more example based manner. Okay, good. Okay, great. Okay, I will make it interesting. Yes. Okay, I'll try to make it informative more as well. Yes, definitely, don't worry. So these are the content strategies which help you to put up your content in different platforms, or different way of approaching the content. You might have heard of the blog post. This is the nothing but the context based or content based your platform. Okay, where you can help your reader or your visitors to get your websites done. Then the document part, you can have a documentation ready, how you wanted to get the documentation. Or if it is form of video, you can make a video and you can share with the your agency. Or the picture, if you have any picture similars, or you can simply make the slideshow. So these are the basically nothing but the planning wise you can make in terms of planning while making a website. Okay, so now we are up to the planning. Now we can understand what exactly the website structure will look like. Okay, so are you guys visible of this picture, the www.example.com? Can I have a chat, few of us, if you are really visible? Okay, got it. So this is nothing but a basically structure of your website, the way it should be produced. Because when we are planning a website, we also understand what exactly it will go. So just to understand in pictorial form, I have made a basic picture which will help you to understand how the website will look like. Okay, the website will have a basic, this kind of basic templates, or this kind of basic tabs, which we called it as a about section. In about section, you must be having history, mission, or about us section. Then the service section, you will be having a service 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. And in the product, if you have a product, let's say you have a product section, and in a last section will be a contact form, will be either your will be mobile number or your particular contact form where you can, a visitor can put up their query and they
Amol
can.
sir,
Yes, sir.
Amol sir, please run the presentation so that it will be more visible.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
Great, sir. Great. I'll repeat once again. This is a basically structure of a simple website, how it should be. Okay. If suppose I'm preparing a website for a professor, how it should be the website. So the website font or website tab should be like this, about a section of that particular professor, in a history or basically a vision and mission, what they wanted to achieve particular section wise, and a service if they're offering any services. Let's say service number one, they are having a consultancy services. Service number two, if they are offering any free seminars to the lectures to the society as well as the businesses of is any this kind of the services they are providing with free or paid anything. The next one is the product. Instead of product, you must be having a few previous lectures or previous seminar, let's say a image gallery by image tab where you can show the video as well as the image section where you can show the your previous work. And the last will be the your contact, and the next one you can add is the blog section, how they will get connect each and everyone with a continuous successive interval where your visitors will ask you about the questions and you will definitely answer those questions. So these are the basic the structure of your website. Okay, this is the structure it should be look like. But to come up to the this structure, you should have the planning of that website, which we have seen the earlier one. Okay. Okay, so as I have said you earlier, to understand those for the people who are not from the marketing background, this is very much necessary to prepare your buyer persona, because in a businesses, if you're making a product to everyone, it's a good phrase or in a English saying, if your product is for everyone, then the product is for no one. So likewise, if you're saying my website is for everyone, then you're really not understood your buyer persona, or you're really not understood your target audience. Okay, to simplify your job or to simplify your this process based approach, there is a website or there is a platform you can use. This is the free platform. I'll take you through this, and once we finish the our today's session, your assignment will be you have to make your buyer persona of your own website, whoever website, be it your hobby based website, be it your consultancy website, or whatever website you are trying to achieve, you have to make the buyer persona. Okay, so I'll take you through the for the non-technical, non-marketing persons, just to be careful and understand. The buyer persona is the nothing but it's a fictional, a generalized representation of your ideal customer. They help you to understand your customer, a prospective customer better, and make it easier for you to tailor content to the specific needs, behavior, concern, and the different groups. Okay. The stronger the buyer persona are based on market research as well as the insights you gather from the actual customer base, and the depending on your businesses, you could have as a person or a 2% or as many as a 10%. Okay. Okay. Now I would like to ask you one question. Okay. Let's say you have a 2% to approach for a website. One agency is making a website all over for the all businesses, each and every type of businesses they can make the website, and the second agency is only make the website for the faculty members or for the educational based website or educational fraternity or educational industry based website. Whom do you offer your business, or whom do you approach to work with it? Second one, specialized one. Okay. Okay, so why do you, the next question is, why do you feel you should go with the second one, specialized one? Okay. Okay, right, exactly right, Nagin sir. Right, Tejaswini ma'am, exactly. Okay, experience on field. Okay. Okay, specialization in that is 100% making the site. Exactly. Okay. 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 More niche for the requirement. Niche specific, especially. Exactly. Okay. So to come up to the, let's say, yeah, exactly. Got it. Got it. Fair enough. To come, so let's say example, then relevant or understand these things up to their buyer persona point of view. As I said, the second person or the second agency have understood their target audience really well. What they have pitched or what they have put upfront you as an offer. We are making a website only for education based, education industry specific persons or education industry domain. So they cut down the rest of the part. They have only targeted audience whom are interested or who are from the education field. So the people who are from education industry, they feel, yes, these are the people whom I should approach for my education based website. So they must have understand their buyer persona really well. So, but what it takes to understand their buyer persona, we'll see one by one. Okay. To understand as a non-technical or non-marketing background, this is the nothing but to understand as a person, how the person will look like. Okay, if I really wanted to cater or I really wanted to approach a director of any college or a principal of college, what he will look like. To understand what his background, what the job he's doing, what the career path, what kind of family member he is having, whether he is demographic, what kind of demographic locations he's coming from, whether he's from metro city or he's from urban locations, whether he's male or female, what is his age, what is his income, what is his identification or identifier things like communication preferences like email, phone, Skype. Okay, goal, primary goal, what is his secondary goal, means what exactly principal will look like or what exactly principal will expect from a website designer or website company from point of view. What are the challenges they face as a primary challenges or a secondary challenges from a complete taking the RFP or the proposal for point of view. What we can do it as a achieve their goal. What is their goal? Okay, make it easy to manage at a one place. Okay, so coming back to understanding this buyer persona, let's understand in more detailed manner. As we have decided to do the website only for education, yes, definitely we will be having, yes, everyone will be having the detailed presentation along with the recording as well. Don't worry. Okay, and you can ask the question at the end of the session as well. Okay, so we will understand or we will see this because from the shoe of the principal point of view. Okay, now as we said, principal will offer the website or person or that particular job to the second company who is doing with the only education based model or only education preferred website. But to approach a principal, what kind of profile they have built, they need to understand the problem as a principal face while selecting the vendors. Okay, what kind of content they should create to make it understand as a principal, because principal is non-technical person. He might be a technical person, but he's non-technical, but otherwise of the site, he is the decision maker. So your content, your video, your blog, your image should understand the principal. Okay, what are their challenges? So as being challenges might be the whether this company will help them to train their subordinates or train their colleagues to take the maintenance level, because they don't want to being dependent on the agency purpose after delivering the project. So that is their cost. They don't want to spend extra money after taking the development part from the website. So these are the challenges that you have to understand while creating a buyer persona. So create your ideal person. Who is your ideal person? And take these questions, okay, and answer your questions one by one. Okay, to help you more about this your questions, yes, definitely you will be having. I have shared one website name, that is a HubSpot. You can visit that website once we finish this today's lecture. and you can create your own buyer persona. With the help of website, you can really create your own buyer persona and come up with the tomorrow session, have your buyer persona ready, so that you will understand more detailed manner who is your target audience and whom you are going to sell it this website. Whether it will it be you yourself as a own, but understand from the others perspective. Okay, great. So these are the challenges as we face up to the buyer persona. Okay, so now as we have understood the planning importance as well as the buyer persona importance, now is up to the things. What are the technology options I have? Okay, what are the technological options I can use to build on a website? Okay, so to understand as a rough or understand as a layman language, there are the two options or there are the two technology. One is a front end, one is a back end. Okay, don't worry about what is the front end, what is the back end. I'll take you through the complete technological part or what is the technological things as well to make you understand more in detailed manner. So here will be a what I request is to those are from the technical background or maybe computer IT or engineering background, they might be aware of these things, but those are not from the technical background, like non-technical one, I will explain you a little bit more manner just to understand what exactly technology is all. Okay. So what is basically a web technology? To a non-technical person to understand is it's a nothing but a communication between a technological things like a server or particular machine to machine, what we called it as a, okay. Since computer can't communicate with each other the way people do, we require the code instead. That is the basically a web technology. There are the codes which with the help of coding we make some languages, and with the help of some multimedia things like blogs, images or video, we help computer or we help the machine to understand, to communicate with each other. Okay, so what are the things, what are the technological things, what are the languages, we will definitely see into the few upcoming slides. Okay, so to understand the technological part or to understand in layman language, there are the three terms or three parameters or the three things you need to communicate while doing using a web technology. One, you need a browser. Okay, you must have seen or you must have had used this technological browser in your earlier days, or you must have using right now also. So browser are the nothing but the extension of that particular services on a web portal. Okay, the Google Chrome, we must have used this Chrome, which is the product of a Google. Then the Safari, this is nothing but the Apple browser, and the Firefox. Okay, so these are the nothing but the browser which we take the help of while browsing the information on the websites. Then the second one is the HTML and CSS. Okay, these are the basically a basic language or basic the coding or the browsers understand the basic language or the basic functioning of this language to communicate with each other is the HTML language. Okay, so these are the things which they communicate with each other. And what is the CSS is the nothing but cascading style sheet. So these are the describing how the HTML elements or how the HTML language should perform or how they should look like or display you as on a screen. So you need the second one is the HTML as well as the CSS. I will take you a more detailed manner while we developing a website. I will show you what exactly CSS is all about and how we can deal with it. Okay. And the next one is your web development framework. So framework is nothing but a development from a starting point of view or up to the designing point of up to the designing work to look like before developing or before delivering your website, how it will look like. So just to show you a sample case or just to sample piece, every must have heard of you must have visited the sample flat. Okay, in your previous year or in your past days, everyone must have visited the sample flat while you visiting the real estate site. Have you visited the sample flat or have you seen the sample flat, how it look like? Can I have a chat chat box, or can I have a comment in chat section? Yes. 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 Okay. Okay. So the concept is safe. Why? Okay. Just to those who have not visited. Yeah, those who have not visited, I will tell you in just a brief manner. Sample flat is nothing but the amenities which are going to get in your actual flat. Okay, be it be it the door of wooden of door, be it the your what do you call stationary kind of stuff, or your metal stuff, or your you may be called as a color combination. What are the fittings you get, what company fittings you will, what quality of fittings you will get, what kind of furniture, or maybe not furniture, what kind of wooden style, or what kind of building material they will use. So you will understand the quality of that particular product you will get at the end of the product, or after finishing the product, without seeing at the last of it. Yes, exactly. You could visualize actually, and you can see or feel it, how your home or how your flat will look like after finishing it. So the same thing it will happen in your framework. So framework will help you to understand how your website or how your app will look like before completing the task. Okay, and the fourth one is the programming language. As I said earlier, since computer doesn't use the language, they are anything like the human language. They need a language, a different language to communicate. So there are different language they use. As been the era has been succeeded, and technological shifts have been migrated from day one to up to 2020. So we have seen many technological shifts. So I will cover each and every technology which started from zero, and what current technological programming language we are using. Okay, so let's understand the technological point of view. Okay, so if technological point of view, if you understand that technological is nothing but these are the computer languages with what they communicate while perform or deliver to code themselves, to develop on a website. So these are the languages. One is the JavaScript. So just to understand a non-technical person, these are the all web browser or Meta or lots of framework-based website or framework used with the help of JavaScript. Okay, to help you understand or to tell you basically about this website, you're all Google, or basically the Google product, all are the based on the JavaScript. Okay, so whatever we see as a front end, these are the nothing but a JavaScript. Okay, so the next one is the basically a CoffeeScript. Is as similar as the Java dialect of the JavaScript, which is converted into the next one version is the JavaScript. Okay, and the next one is the Python. Okay, I just wanted to know how many are from the mathematical background. Can I have a comment chat box? Just wanted to know how many of you are mathematical background. No, any faculty from mathematical background, or you okay, commerce. Okay. Those are engineer. Those are those are engineers. You must have had regression, correlations, M1, M2, M3. You must have studied the M1, M2, M3, right? Some statistical paper. Okay, so Python is nothing but
Hello, Amol sir. There's no voice. Sir, you are on mute. Amol sir, you are on mute.
Sir, unmute your mic, sir.
Praveen sir phone करेल sir.
Sir, I think you are on mute.
Is it fine? Am I audible? Hello? Audible now? Okay, great. Please let me know if in any sequences or if anything happens, unmuted. Let me know. Okay. So just to tell you about this Python languages to the persons who are from non-technical. This help the Python website or this technology help you to build the website which are more than 5,000 pages, web pages, or more than that as well. So in that you use the mathematicals for calculation of the formations or the things which reduce your time frame with the help of this technology. So that is the best part of this technology. And the next one is the Ruby. This is used by the Rail framework. I'll tell you what exactly Rail framework once we move ahead. Okay. And the next one is the PHP. So PHP is the base of all technologies. You must have heard, you must have seen, whatever we have seen right now is the base is all from the PHP. Okay. So you can call it as a mother language of any development work. Okay. The next one is Swift. This is the Apple dedicated programming language. So whoever wanted to program in the form of Apple or iPhone technology, they have to use this as a Swift language. And the next one is the Java, what we have seen you as in first one. This can be used as an Android as well as the desktop application for the mobile application. Okay, so just to take you brush off of this knowledge, this framework, as I've seen you take you as an example, this sample flat. So these are the three languages we help you to showcase your work. So this will help you to see your basically actual how it looks like, the UI part, the user interface. Okay, so these are the three languages: Node.js, Ruby on Rails, okay, and Donjo. Okay, these are the help you to create your framework based applications. Okay, then the next one is the Iconic, PhoneGap. This is the basically mobile dedicated app, iOS based technology. Then the next one is Bootstrap. This is the user face interface, basically HTML and CSS JavaScript based website you can build upon it. And the next one is the Foundation, is the UI platform. And the next one is WordPress, what we are going to see in the tomorrow's session. This is nothing but the content management system built on a PHP. As I said, the PHP is the mother language of all basic languages. Okay, and to tell you about the WordPress is currently contributing the 20% of overall website which is running in throughout the internet. Okay, then the next one is this Drupal. This is the same CMS, but it is using with the PHP, but at the higher level. And the next one is .NET. Okay, and the few of the website technologies, these are the front end as well. The current one is the AngularJS, or what we call it as a node based JavaScript. To give you an example, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever the technological social mobile app what we see, these all are made in Angular Node.js or Angular platform. Okay, so these are the all JavaScript based framework. So the few of them are the Facebook and Twitter. These are the Angular based script based platforms. These are the considered to be a more secure and safe technology. Then the next one is the library. Libraries are nothing but where we put our basically kept our code in secure manner, and we can access those library while if you wanted to do some changes in that code, or if you wanted to cater, or if you want to make some changes, or wanted to keep that code in secure or in the without get hacked from the hackers as well. So these are the libraries help you to get the code you're at the safest level. Okay, the next one is the database. Database is the nothing but what we call it as, what we can refer is the a briefcase what in your house, okay, or a cupboard or a safe cupboard. So whatever we put belonging or the important things have with us in our house, what we do is we kept it in our cupboard. So, and we kept it as with the lock. So this is nothing but a cupboard of a website where all the website data can be stored or can be kept in a different format. Okay, so yes, but to build a website, there are some language, or there are some inbuilt language we have to take care about it, or there are some platforms we can be used. A basic platform is SQL based platform, but yes, if you go further upward, there is the MongoDB platform also. But to understand the SQL or MySQL is the basic and most usable platform to create a database. Okay, so to understand or to what we have seen up to the your query or up to the presentation is, see, we have seen the planning, we have seen the buyer persona, we have seen the technology, we have seen the many of the coding or the database. But the real question is, which website technology is best for me? Who is going to answer my question? Okay, to answer a question is to understand, as you said, the more you understand, it will not be a justificable answer to understand in a 90-minute class. But yes, when we discuss in detailed manner that requirement as we planned in earlier session, and if you discuss with your counterpart or your agency or your developer, he will help you to understand exactly what technology or what exactly platform you can go about it, because he will understand in more preferably a secure manner, safest way, and how easily it can be functioned without getting hacked. Okay, just to understand or just to give you a brief about the basically which website technology is best for me. This is the simple graphical formation where the website will look like. If you understand at the front end level or the topest level is the client side coding, or the client side basically expectation or the user interface. The first one is HTML, you can see in the smaller platform. Then the next one is the programming language. Okay, so he will understand what kind of programming language you need, what kind of framework you can use, what kind of database you can use. You can use the MySQL, you can use the SQL query. Then the web server, or which kind of web server or software they use, and what kind of operating system you use. So do you want to use it for Microsoft, do you want to use for Safari, or you want to use for Apple? So once you understand in deepest manner about these questions or about these queries, he will help you to understand which technology you can work on it. Okay, so are you guys up to these slides? Are you guys understood anything, or do you have any query? Okay, I will tell you. Don't worry about the questions. I will definitely answer each and every questions. I have just remained with two slides. I just wanted to share you. Okay, yeah, please. So from your website or from your point of view, these are the few websites I have jotted down or I have marked here to show you as in sample. So these are the website. I'll definitely share you the website as well as the link of this website in the platform. You can have a look with it and you can share, you can see what are these website. I will definitely ask you the questions tomorrow's session. What are this website is all about, and you are going to answer me the questions. So these are the best websites in their own domain or in their own fraternity or in their own industry. And you will understand whatever we have seen today, they have understood really well and they are really doing the best job in their own domain. Okay, so this is what I wanted to have a look with it. And the tool, just to understand the tool of which website is built with it. This is the tool you can use, make the use of it, build with .com. Okay, so this is the tool you can use that your website. Okay, I'm texting this tool. Okay, so you can use this tool, and for you, yes, these are the two. You have a 3 assignment from you, from my side. Okay, first assignment will be creating your buyer persona. Okay, second one will be the have a look with this website. Okay, and third one will be, yes, definitely you have the presentation, it will be get shared with you once we finish this lecture. And third one will be the what were your learning from these websites. Okay, yes, we will definitely mail this assignment as well. Now I can conclude this session as the end of this today's session. Yeah, and definitely you can come up with your questions one by one. I'll definitely answer your questions. Okay, Arpan sir's question: is it necessary to being a digital marketer one should know about all these languages? Sir, it's really depends on what exactly you wanted to achieve down the line, 3 years to 5 years. If I take it example from my side, I'm not a digital. I don't understand the basic all these languages. What I understood or what I work on it, I've understood only the basic language, that is the WordPress, and this is fair enough for me. Because this does my work with fullest manner, and whatever I know it in detailed manner. So it's more about understanding what you want and what exactly you wanted to achieve with that basic languages. So don't need to understand. If you understand WordPress, it's good to go. Yeah. Yeah. What I suggest is. Yeah, Dreamweaver is work for future development of website. To be honestly, I have not used it as a Dreamweaver, but yeah, if it is good and if you find it friendly, you can use it, and definitely it can helpful. Yeah, definitely you have all the assignments in WhatsApp as well as the email as well. Don't worry, I'll mail it to the coordinator, ma'am. They will assign to you. Okay, what is a content management system and website? Okay, so Kiran sir, the content management system is basically, you will understand when we're building the website, it's a basically plug and play. The reason behind the content, the initiation, or basically they have started the content management website, because what people or what the website development, these people, Microsoft have understood, to create a website, we have to depend on a developer. Okay. But they wanted to, just because of this reason, the technology is not spreading as per the expectation what they are looking for it. So they wanted to create a platform where a non-technical person like me, who has not learned any website development or any technology, can learn the website development, and they can use it for their own purpose or businesses, and they can share it that platform. So in that platform, they have everything is built in itself. So in content management system, you have your content inbuilt. You just need to import, you just need to plug and play. It's as simple as that. While building on a website, you will definitely understand in tomorrow's session what kind of content management system. Hope I have answered your question. No, I don't think JavaScript. What I have understood is if you're really interested, you can have it, but no need to understand JavaScript. But yeah, you can good to go about without JavaScript as well. Yeah, blog and website. Yeah, Ankit sir, if you visit this website ryrob.com, which is there, okay, in your free sample website which I have shared you will understand your question itself. That person is doing only blogging, okay, but with the help of the website. So blog is a part of your website which can be communicative part of your target audience with continuous and successive interval manner. So So that is the basically difference of a blog and a website. What is blog? Blog is nothing but the video form of blog. If you are doing a YouTube, that is called it as a blog.
Hello. Any
Yes, ma'am.
questions from participants?
Okay.
Otherwise,
Does
we
blogging
can
also need
conclude the
technical?
section.
No, Ghazal ma'am, does blogging is no need to be a technical expertise. All you need to have your own expertise and whatever the technical or whatever the skill set you require. You can start with a basic skill set after the end of your tomorrow's session also. I'm going to teach you a basic blogging things which you can start from today or tomorrow itself without any a single penny can be spent. Okay, sure, ma'am. Anything else from the question answers point of view? Buyer persona, yeah, you have to go click and inputs, start fill up your input. You will get in your email box once you visit the HubSpot. Yeah, definitely Instagram and definitely, yeah, we will definitely do like this. Topics from tomorrow will be domain and hosting and the basics of website building and the plugins. In website building, we will teach you, or I will take you through how the website can be built on a paid as well as the free platform. In a free, we'll be developing a Blogspot, okay? And the second one is the WordPress. I will take you both options.
Hello.
Yes, do it does help the testimonial because it gives the authority or it gives the trust when the someone unknown person visits your website.
Sir.
Yes,
because of time limit, we can take maximum one more question, sir.
Yeah, please. Last question, please.
Okay, last question, please.
Thank you, Arpan. Thank you, Arpan, sir.
Sir, I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Amul Tolbande, sir, for your informative and energetic session. We will be starting our next session on web hosting tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Please join before 10 a.m. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.